First, we need to dispel the myth that the immune system works in isolation. And this myth has predominated conventional immunologic thinking for a very long time. Now it is clear that the immune system depends on nutrition, just like I described. It depends on microbiome. It is regulated by microbiome. It is regulated by stress and by sleep. In fact, we have now the whole new area of immunology called psychoneuroimmunology to bring attention to the fact that everything is interconnected. And so in order to take good care of the immune system, one has to take good care of everything else in your health, and then the immune system will thrive as well.
So when I talk to parents about the developing immune system, before the age of 1, you need some help. Your immune system is immature. There's more than just antibodies. You have to lead a health and wellness lifestyle. We think about how some kids will have their immune system disrupted, whether it's vaccines or McDonald's or just lifestyle in general, right? They're sleeping in a smoke-filled room. They are eating processed foods. They've been on antibiotic after antibiotic after antibiotic. And those are the sickest kids I take care of. And so if I can talk about the immune system in stepping back, it's meant to develop really on its own unless we get in the way of it. Then we get in the way of it, that's when things start going wrong. The sickest kids I take care of are the ones who have been vaccinated compared to no vaccines, and I'm happy to share that with you and happy to share data. The sick kids are the vaccinated ones. The healthy kids are not vaccinated. The healthy kids are the ones who are not eating all the processed foods. They're eating more a whole foods diet and haven't been on antibiotic after antibiotic. Once we start messing with the immune system under the age of 1, I believe we create very unhealthy children who are probably going to be unhealthy for years thereafter. Now, luckily, we have some ways of helping them recover, but we take something that should be natural and very complex, and I didn't learn about that in medical school, and we mess it up, and then we keep them as our patients forever.
We have 2 immune systems, interestingly enough. One is called the cell-mediated, sometimes called the innate immune system, and the other is called the humoral immune system. And so the way it works, if you take an example of a disease like chickenpox, so if you encounter a virus that you've never been exposed to before, it infects your cells. So you have thousands or maybe even millions of cells that are infected. And your body mounts a white blood cell-mediated response to digest and eliminate those infected cells. Now, the important thing about that is that creates symptoms: fever, rash, mucus, all those things that we call being sick. The important point about that is what we call being sick is the cell-mediated response. It's not from the chickenpox virus. The chickenpox virus is the stimulation for you to mount a response. Now, how do I know that? Because you could give somebody with chickenpox prednisone, and so that stops them from mounting a cell-mediated response, and they will not be, quote, sick. They might die from chickenpox, but they won't be sick. And on the other hand, you can stimulate a cell-mediated response with chemicals, and no virus or infecting agent is necessary, and the person will be sick. So that's how our innate immune system works. But you can notice it by just observing what happens to a person. That which you can see, that's the cell-mediated innate immune system working. Then, once that happens and you clear the virus and the dead cells, and you're better than you were before, so you've actually improved your health now that you're done with this, you've cleansed your body, then you make antibodies so you remember what happened. So if you encounter chickenpox again, you tag it and eliminate it before it has a chance to infect your cells, so you'll never get sick again from that virus. And those two working together for eons is how the immune system works.
So when I think about our immune system, it, to be fair, was probably a couple of days as we learned about the immune system. And I faintly remember how things work, but we don't apply that knowledge in practice, right? Here's how you heal yourself with antibiotics, or here's how you stimulate your immune system with a certain medicine, or how you suppress it with another medicine. All symptom control. I think that's probably why the vaccine program is created, right? Like you can't do it on your own. You're going to die if you're not vaccinated. All the babies in the world are going to die if you're not vaccinated. And so we have to trick the immune system into being prepared for diseases that you haven't seen yet. And what does that do? We don't know. We don't receive training in that in medical school. We have no idea what happens other than you've created antibodies to an illness that you might or might not be exposed to.